Hello, hello. Hi, everyone coming in. How's everybody? I think I'm like 5 minutes early. Definitely not as early as I was last week. How's everyone doing? Hello, Rice and Noodles. I don't know if you want me to say your name. Let's go, lady. Oh, Wyoming. Hello. South Carolina. Oh, okay. Hey, Gabe. Hello, everybody. Coming in quick today. I am from PA, so up on the East Coast, guys. Hi, Katie. Hello, hello, everyone. Get a few more people in here. New Jersey, not far at all. I'm not liking this weather too much, so it's a little too cold for me. And a lot of snow recently. I don't like the snow. So how is you guys doing tonight? And I'm not usually on Tuesdays, but funny story. I was supposed to go to the gym today, and I forgot everything to go to the gym. Didn't have my headphones, forgot a sports bra. Listen, I'm no A cup, B cup. I can't go to the gym without a sports bra. So it was a no-go for me. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go on live instead. Yeah, it's freezing. Absolutely crazy. I feel like I have to start wearing sweatpants on top of like my leggings or anything that I wear because I legit have been freezing. And don't get me started on the vehicles in the morning with the windshield because I'm about to buy that spray that you can spray because I'm tired of scraping my windshield at 6 a.m. Nice. Lucky duck. Lucky duck. Yeah, the snow, I don't know. I feel like we're getting hit with a lot of snow. I feel like we had some snow and then it started feeling like it was like warming up out of nowhere. And now the snow's hitting us again. So apparently this weekend we're getting a big amount of snow, but I never believe them on the news anymore because this past weekend it wasn't supposed to be anything. And then a lot of snow came in. So I'm like, you know what? They're calling for a lot next weekend and watch it be nothing. It's going to be a flop. And I have a party that I'm hosting on Saturday for my husband's 30th. And I really hope it doesn't get canceled for the snow. Sorry guys, we are all talking about snow if you are joining in. Just waiting for everyone. Get some more people in here. Hi, True Colors. So I don't do questions. I talk too much for that. I always say that if you have a question that you are seeking and you get a reading, usually whatever you're asking yourself will be answered through a reading. So I don't do questions. I'm sorry about that, but feel free to, you know, when the time comes when we get started, you can always get a reading. And if not, if you, again, to everyone, I can't do many people. Again, my readings are too long. I talk too much. I don't like cutting spirits off based off of like time. I don't set a timer or anything like that. If I don't get to you and you really want a reading, just send me a DM and I will send you straight to my email and we can schedule something. All right, so we have a decent amount of people on. So I think we will just get straight to it today. So if you haven't joined me before, my name is Sky. I am a medium here in PA. I feel like one day I'm going to post a video as to how this all came about, but it definitely happened very quickly to me. First time here. Perfect. So I'm going to explain how I do things, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. I speak to spirits through kind of who I'm led to. I don't do spirit led. I just feel like it takes too much time to try and get who's the reading is specifically for. I'd rather use all of my time to be able to connect to your loved ones based off of who we have been focused on. I kind of allow spirit to kind of draw me to whoever it is that's asking for a reading. In order to ask for a reading here, I only ask that you comment the relationship of the person that you want to speak to. I don't want any other details. You know, that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to spirit, who is trying to give me details in order to validate that they are here for you. If you have a quirky name that I can't keep calling you their mom, I'm sorry for using you for comparison. Just also let me know what your name is so I don't have to keep calling you by your TikTok handle. Otherwise, I will sit in silence for a little bit, try to get some evidence that would come through. Again, I ask everyone to keep an open mind. We can connect to the person that you have set your, I guess, goal to talk to here. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. Sometimes it could be another loved one coming through for you and they rather speak with you. Or sometimes it could be completely somebody else who is here in the live. That's only happened to me one time. Otherwise, I do see in parentheses, Cassie, sorry, you were just the first one that came to my mind. But in all, we will do what we can. If that happens, again, it's only ever happened once, I will reach out to you and give you a private reading because you got excited that you were going to get a reading and I don't want to do that to you. If it's another loved one who's coming through, we can either roll with them, or if you want to speak to someone else, we can try and redirect. But again, spirits control me in the sense to where, it's what spirits want to say. I'm kind of just the messenger here. They do all of the work. So I will try my best. So I can't guarantee anything here on live. But for the most part, they usually come through just fine. I just always say, just in case. If you do want a reading, again, I just want you guys to comment the relationship of the person that you would like to speak to. Hey, Tay, how are you? Again, just the relationship of the person that you want to speak to, your name, if your TikTok handle isn't like a name for me to call you, and then I will see who I'm drawn to, and we will get started. You guys can comment as many times as TikTok allows you to. That's kind of how I get to see your names going, and again, whoever I'm drawn to is who we will start with. Try not to put your details in the chat, guys. I am being told that people are kind of getting scammed here with their information and people trying to pretend that there are other mediums just because they're watching what you guys put in the chats here. So just the relationship with the person, no other details. Hey, Danica, are you here, honey? Danica. Okay, Danica. How are you doing today? Okay, you want to speak to Dad. All right, so I'm just going to go straight into it. I'm going to sit here in silence for a little bit. I'm going to try and collect some pieces of evidence. If everything seems to be going well, then we'll go straight into the reading. I put my own personal thoughts, feelings, and emotions to the side. Again, keep an open mind about the things that I say. Sometimes it could be a little outside of the box. Again, they can kind of tell me things that, you're doing during the day. So if it might not make sense for you now, write it down and maybe save it for later, and it might come to you later. Also, everyone, I do post every single live on my YT page. Again, I don't want to get banned from TikTok here for saying it. So it's the only way that I can upload it. So if you ever feel like you want to go back and reread your reading, that's where you'll find it. I also doodle here on my little sketch pad. It kind of helps me with my readings. I will send a picture of that to you through your DMs. Some people, I think if you're in like Europe, for some reason it won't let me send you a picture. So then I will just ask for your email and then I will send it to you that way. All right, Danica, so I'm going to just get right to it and just give me a moment and I will see if I can connect to Dad, okay? Okay, Danica, are you still with me, honey? I do have quite a few things coming through. I want to see if we can connect to some. Okay, perfect. All right, so I do have some pretty, I would say pretty vague things coming through right now. And then I have a few very specific things. So I'm just going to start shouting them out. Let me know if any of this resonates. If not, we'll continue from there. So immediately, I don't know if there's even like a saying for it, or maybe he even complained about it, but I do see hair of being some type of significance. I don't know if this is hair loss or just hair in general, or like he was someone who liked hair. That came through, but immediately following after, I got kind of music notes. So I don't know if he was into music, or there's something connecting you with music with him. I did get specifically like music notes, so I don't know if you did like, you know, instrument to where it's just like reading notes or something like that. I did get like a shakiness, and it kind of led to like shakiness, head cloudiness, and like numbness and dizziness. I also started becoming really weak with my hand as I was writing things down. You can kind of see all my writing, my writing starts getting a little crazy because my hand kind of felt like it was going numb. I kind of felt cold and numb. So I don't know if he had like some nerve issues going on as well, with some weakness. I did feel some type of pain around like back and maybe even joint area. But then when I also saw shakiness, I also, again, I'm only saying it because it just came to me, but I don't know if it's because in the head I wrote down shake. Then I kind of saw like an actual shake with like a straw as well. So again, I don't know if that ties to anything. Maybe it's something specific for you. So that's why anything that comes to my head, I do say out loud because it could be very specific to you. Is any of this making sense for you right now? Body symptoms, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, because he made me feel like really, like it kind of like was the feeling of like, I'm not saying it's actually what happened, but the only other time I felt that way is like when I'm sick and I'm just like, I feel really weak. But again, it had some type of more like depth weakness to it, to where it was like maybe nerve, related or something, to where like I didn't really have control of my body and I lost all my strength. That's kind of how it was coming through. So I hope everything else is kind of resonating with you as well. Hi, Abby. I am reading for someone currently, but I will try and do another reading after this. Yes, you're doing great. Okay. Does it feel like I'm connecting with Dad here before I continue? I don't want to keep rambling if it doesn't connect with Dad, because then I can go straight into the reading. This is kind of the part I do, like, just evident this is Dad. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, Dad, let's go. He's also showing me a pencil. So I don't know if someone writes, someone does some writing. I don't know if you actually are holding a pencil or something with a pencil. I specifically saw, the only other time I saw this is someone was like a teacher, educator, something with pencil. So that's coming through as well. And I feel like this does have to do with some type of education stuff too, because I am also seeing other things along the lines of education with like shapes. I don't know. Also, I'm kind of getting the word dorky too. So I don't know if he just seems like a kind of person that where like someone just look at him like with love, obviously, and just be like so dorky. I don't know if maybe that's something you saw with him. Just keep replying. I will keep looking up because again, they kind of throw things my way, and I'll keep. He was dorky. Okay. All right. I also feel like, did he also have like some sort of, and you're going to school, okay. He's kind of showing me something also to where like he may have been into very different things. Cause like he kind of started talking about hobbies, and then I was like, well, what kind of hobbies? And it was kind of more like, oh, well, like, it's not like your typical kind of hobby. So I feel like he was like very into certain things that maybe not everyone was into. Like some other people might have seen as boring or strange, but like he was just, that was like the dorky side of him, because he kind of want to bring that up. So I don't know if it's like a running joke or if that's why he's specifically going straight from dorkiness to like hobbies and stuff, is because that's like what brings his dorkiness around. He also is kind of talking about how he can kind of be like a tough shell to crack. I feel like as though he didn't talk much to people he didn't really know. He's kind of like a little bit of a shy side to him. And I feel as though like if you were close to him, like he would, you know, he would talk. But he kind of shows me as someone that's like kind of not one who would want to sit there and walk up to a stranger and have a whole conversation. Okay, yeah. That's what he's kind of showing me. Because he's kind of feel like he's a little shy. He's kind of giving me tidbits of like different things that he actually has about him. I also feel like he was also a quiet man. I I also feel like he's also a man who wouldn't really get angry easily or didn't show his anger. He was kind of pretty calm, but kind of reserved. He's also shown me that, like, he also was a person that, like, wasn't into, like, having huge values of things, but did value some of the things he had. Like, I feel like he was the type of person that where, like, he didn't have much because he just preferred to be kind of, like, minimalistic, but, like, the things that he did have, he did value. So he wasn't, like, a big hoarder of things that, like, he didn't like. But other people may have also saw this as junk, but to him it was, like, important, but he didn't have, like, a lot of things. I feel like he's kind of shown me that, like, the things that he did have, like, were minimal to where, like, he could probably fit them in, like, one big suitcase. With the smaller stuff, yeah. I feel like if he had his own place of his own, it's kind of like it would be bare. Only because, like, it was only certain things he had, and it was just kind of like, that's how he was. I'm also getting some type of feeling in my left arm too. So I'm just going to write that here. I don't know if he had circulation issues, heart issues, or anything like that. Or again, could be tied down to the nerve thing again, but I am getting a weird sensation in my left arm. Usually that's typically either circulatory or nerve for me. And bring it back, like, the shaky trembling again. Have you been asking him circulation issues? Okay. Have you been asking him lately to, like, kind of show you signs that he's been around? I don't know why he wants to bring this up, but he kind of wants to bring up, like, communication on your end. Because he wants you to know that he's definitely here. Also, I don't know if there are things that are happening around you and you keep questioning whether it's dad kind of showing himself or, like, kind of messing with you sort of thing. I also don't know. Was he kind of like a science guy? He kind of keeps showing me, like, different, like, science. Like, he was kind of like a, again, that type, like, a nerdy sense to him with, like, science kind of a thing. I feel like this is also something he wouldn't necessarily believe in when it came to things. I don't think he would be a person that'd be like, oh yes, like, I believe in, like, mediums and all that kind of thing, because he's kind of showing me, like, you know, he was kind of more of a science guy in that sense. They don't believe that, yeah. He's kind of like, you know, that's why he's bringing this up, because he's talking about how he is, like, doing these things on the other side, and he kind of can't believe that he's doing it because, like, he didn't kind of believe in all of this. And he's kind of laughing at himself about it. I don't know, was he also into some, like, I don't know why, but he keeps showing me references to, like, my favorite movie. Like, listen, I'm a nerd myself. And I feel like last week I actually had someone who had a little bit of a dorkier side too, and I loved it. And he's kind of showing me different movies. Are there specific movies that, like, I don't know, he keeps showing me movies like Back to the Future, and he's showing me, like, all my nerdy shows, like all my, like, Big Bang Theory, all that. I don't know if he has something specific with you or something that he was really into with that kind of stuff, or if those specific movies are why he's showing me that. I don't know why he keeps bringing that up to me before I continue with the whole science part. I also he's also coming through that he visits you with birds as well. So I don't know if recently, okay, perfect. I don't know if you've been seeing birds lately, or sometimes when people see birds in pairs, or just birds in like the most random places, or like when you think of him, a bird comes up, but he does signify you with birds as well. So keep that in mind if you haven't noticed already. But I also feel like he moves things around as well. Doves. Okay. Yep. That's Dad. 2 of them. Yep. That's Dad. That's exactly what he's trying to tell you. He's also saying that he messes with things as well. So he will move things around. So if you've noticed that things are moved around, you can't find something, something's misplaced, you swear you didn't put something, I feel like he's moving stuff around. And he's kind of throwing a joke about gravity with that. He's also showing me food, so I don't know if he was like a big food person. But he's kind of showing me like food and surrounded with him. Like, did Mom cook? Tech issues too. Yeah, he's messing with you. Yes, Mom cook. Okay, yeah, because he keeps showing me like home cooked meals, but like I asked him, I was like, oh, so you cook? And he's like, no. So just know that he's, you know, he's kind of bringing up Mom in this sense. He also wanted to he keeps wanting to go back to this. I think he's very proud of himself with the whole messing around with you and like kind of showing himself. I kind of think that he showed how like he wouldn't have believed in this stuff, and he was definitely not one who would believe in these things, or maybe even the afterlife in that sense. And so like he's very proud that he's been like doing this to you. And when you are like, he's telling me how like not only does he do these things, but like he's around when you discover it as well. So just know that he's with you in those moments when you do find these things. He's with you and he's laughing. He finds joy in that. He might even do it more than most people would. I feel as though he was a person who loved jokes like that. I don't know if he messed with you as a kid as well. But I feel like he's kind of a jokester. Like he found joy in making people laugh. He found joy in funny things. And I feel like that might be something that you were able to connect with him about when it came to, you know, funniness, laughter. I feel like he also had a contagious laugh because he was such a quiet person. So then when he did laugh, it just kind of warmed you up. And I feel as though it was kind of like a tit for tat kind of a thing, to where like he would mess with you, you mess with him, and maybe even times like you would sit there and like laugh even though it would bother you just because it was him. But he did love that dynamic that you guys had. Yes, he loved messing with me. Okay, yeah, he did love that dynamic that you guys had. And I feel as though there weren't many people in the world that he was super close with. Because he's kind of shown me that like he could, on the count of his hands, like count how many people were important to him and who he, you know, used his energy with. He's kind of shown me, like, it reminds me of like the SpongeBob, like the gang's all here. Like he didn't have many, just because he did like a nice small circle. Circle small, yeah, and he liked it that way, and I think he's very happy that he did that. Did his circulatory issues affect his heart at all? Because I feel as though he's showing me that this is like kind of the reason for another cause of like the weakness as well. just kind of feels like his heart is working overload. Like it's tough to like work harder. Like it seems like it has to go the extra mile in order to keep things going. Like it's almost as if he was becoming weak because his heart was working so hard. Okay. I feel as though he doesn't show me, usually people will show me like if something becomes like a quick death or, you know, something like traumatic in those sense to where it was like quick, you know, accidents, things like that. He seems to kind of be showing me like it was kind of like a long time coming. He was kind of like suffering, and like this was like an end of his suffering, and that he's now stronger on the other side. Like he almost kind of tells me that he was almost unrecognizable towards the end just because of how tired he was. Not only was he physically tired, but he was emotionally tired. He was mentally tired. He was tired of feeling like he was an alien in his own body. Would this make sense for Dad? But I also feel like he was one who didn't sit there and talk about his feelings to people. He kind of seems like someone who would keep things to himself. And I feel as though he also wasn't one to sit there and talk about his issues to people. I feel as though he was more so someone who, he kind of seems like the person that, like, if he had something health going on, he kind of kept it to himself and didn't tell people what was going on because he didn't like talking about himself. He didn't like worrying people. And he also just was very private with his own, you know, his body and himself. He was pretty private. And I feel like the biggest thing for him is he didn't like worrying people and feeling like a burden to others as well. So I feel like this also kind of, I feel like not like necessarily hide things, but like he wasn't saying exactly how severe things may have been. You can understand that. Okay. He's talking about someone who's a talker. Someone in the family or you or someone who talks, because he's like talk. Someone likes to talk. Like the complete opposite of him. Like he doesn't like to talk, but someone likes to talk, and it's like they do the talking for him. You do the talking for him, okay. He thanks you for that. Again, he kind of shows like the yin to his yang, in a sense, to where it's like you guys had so many similarities, but like the things that he lacked in, you thrived in. And he also appreciates that the people he did keep close accepted him for who he was. He was a great person, but I feel as though he wasn't, like, I feel like he was very insecure in the sense to where he didn't really see himself in the way that others did. Like he had his insecurities to where he was very content with who he was, but he didn't really realize exactly like how loved, you know, people loved having him around, kind of a thing. He was kind of very modest in that sense, to where he, it just seems like he, again, he didn't realize how loved he was in this, and like he didn't realize that he could love himself, kind of a thing. Yeah, he wouldn't sit there and boast about himself, kind of a thing. I also feel he also is he's kind of laughing about it too, so I don't know if there's a joke around this, but like, did he also have like a routine of things? He kind of seems to me that like he had a routine. He did like the same thing a lot. He didn't do many new things, and it was just kind of like, for someone else, like it's kind of like a joke, like always doing the same thing. Liked the routine. I feel like didn't even like to go out and do different things, and very like on certain occasions would. he had his routine. Was there a joke around it too? Because like he's like laughing about it. So I feel like maybe you guys even teased him about it, or you guys still talk about it today. Because I feel like there's a lot of good stories, and I feel like he's still laughing on the other side while you guys talk about these things as well. Or even if you're just talking out loud, or even just thinking about it. But he does make me. Yeah, no, 100%. Yep, he knows. He knows exactly what you guys are saying. And he's laughing about it too. So, like, he loves that. He loves that you guys are still, you know, talking about him. He loves that, like, he's still amusing you guys on the other side. Like, he loves that. And again, it wasn't until he got to the other side that he really realized, like, how great, you know, you guys, like, how much you guys loved him. Like, he knew that you guys loved him, but, like, he didn't realize, like, basically he's, like, laughing. He's like, I didn't know how good of a guy I really was. You know what I mean? Because his modesty. I feel like he has a whole new, like, confidence of himself on the other side. And it's because he's thriving. He's, you know, he's loved. He's getting to watch you guys from a different view. He's also shown me a shield. I don't know if that has to do with hobbies or anything. Let me write that down. He's also again, I don't do, not often letters and numbers do come through, but I did get the letter L. So if you don't know what the L could be for, just save it, and it could mean something, it could not. But I do say it when it does come through, but it does not come through often with letters and numbers. Oh yeah, he's feeling better. Oh yeah, he's full of jokes on the other side. So he definitely was like a person who liked to surround himself around like funny stuff. He's a super funny person. I feel like he was even funny even when he wasn't trying to be. He's definitely a character. I did love reading for him. In all, I feel as though he wants you to feel comfort in knowing that like he is around, and that, is he around my son? I'm sure he is, but I will ask him if there's something specific he wants to say. Is your son pretty young still? I don't know why, but he was showing me a few things. He's showing me like an airplane. I think he was kind of just showing me like kid things. He was showing me like airplane. He was showing me animals. So I don't know if he's trying to direct it that he's still pretty young. He also showed me a clock, so that's a little fitting. Okay, he showed me the airplanes. He showed me a clock. He showed me airplanes. He showed me animals, specifically like an elephant. I don't know if that's, you know, specifically for you as well. I'll write that down just in case it does come to you. So I wrote down the airplane, the elephants, and I did draw a clock. And specifically you're talking about, you said he didn't have enough time, and he gave him an elephant. Well, that is why, and that's going to make me cry. That's exactly what he showed me with big ears. I already wrote it. Oh God, please don't judge my handwriting during these, guys. Please don't. It's rough, but it's because 9 times out of 10, I'm not even looking at the paper when I'm writing it down. But that's invalidating. He is around your son, and he loved your son, and he's bringing up everything that he's proud of your son with the airplanes, and he gave him an elephant. So that's just to show you he's around him. I also feel as though Is your son like a boy? Like, he's kind of shown me that like your son is like kind of a boy, like who may even like be crazy in a sense, but have a calm to him, but like crazy and like you're having heart attacks, literally like thinking about like him falling and getting hurt kind of a thing. And I feel like he's at that age. He's kind of telling me like buckle up, like it's gonna get worse. Yeah, he's telling you to buckle up, like it's gonna get worse, and he's laughing about it. He loves his energy, absolutely loves his energy, and I think he is talking about how smart he is. I feel as though he's talking about how like he even got through milestones quicker than he would have, and he's like, oh yeah, he's gonna be smart. And like, I think when it comes to dad, he loves the intellectual side of things, because again, he loved, you know, he may not have loved exactly school per se, but he does love like intelligence, and he's like, yep, he's gonna be smart. But yeah, I've also feel like he's saying that it's like watching you grow up all over again. But he absolutely adores him. Don't think for one second he doesn't. And he is around him. He knows exactly what he's up to. I'm very happy that you asked me for that, because that was beautiful. But with that, I'm going to leave his love and light with you. Okay, he's my mini-me. Oh yeah, he's literally, that's what he said. He's watching you through him. And he's like reliving you all over again. And watching you become a mom at the same time. So that's why he's so happy on the other side. But again, I'm going to leave his love and light with you. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful reading. And again, I always forget. But when you guys message me and remind me that I have notes that I have to send you, please feel free to reach me. Do not think that you're bothering me at all. Again, it's a reminder, and I will send you a picture of this. Also, if you want to replay this reading, go to my YT page. It's the same as my TikTok handle. And I upload all of my lives on there as well. Okay, so I hope you have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed that reading, Danica. Thank you so much. Absolutely, and again, they will give you readings when they know you need it. 100%, I'm sure, honey. He was beautiful. He was a beautiful soul. Okay. That's so awesome. I do need to charge my phone, guys. Give me 1 second. Can I pause this? Can I pause the live without actually like leaving though? I don't know how to. Let me pause this. I will be right back. I just gotta get a charger, guys. Sorry guys, I had to flip to the other side of the room where the outlet was, because I did not have an outlet on that side of the room. So bear with me. So sorry. Okay. Let me try and read comments. All right, guys. So I just take a couple minutes in between reads so that I can kind of recoup. You're welcome, Danica. You're absolutely welcome. And if you guys are still here with me, thank you. Again, I'm going to do another reading in a few. Just gotta take a breather and relax a bit. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate it. Oh, so sorry for your loss, Nicole. Again, guys, I can't get through everyone for live readings, but if you do want a reading from me, just send me a DM and I will send you straight to my email. I don't know if I'm allowed to say my email on here, but it's the same as my handle. All my handles are the same, and it's at Gmail. Again, I don't know what I'm allowed to say without getting banned. But if someone could type it out, I would be appreciative. It's the same handle at that email. Other people make me so nervous about like the things I'm supposed to say. They're like, you're gonna get banned. And I get really nervous about that. It's also in my TikTok bio is my my email as well. Yeah, see, that's why I keep saying like YT and then the G, that mail. It's in my bio though. So if you guys don't feel comfortable sending me a DM here, you can always do that as well. The real MVP, Nicole. Yes, guys, that is exactly what is in my bio. I think there might be multiple Y's though. There might be Y's missing in that sky part. Pretty sure it's sky with 2 Y's. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure the bio says that. Yes, I was going to say the bio should say the right one, which is exactly what Nicole wrote, but 2 Y's in the end. I see a lot of people saying that they don't have, can I pin? Oh, I can pin. See, I'm learning this TikTok stuff, guys. I'm learning. I see a lot of people saying that they can't ask for a specific loved one, and that's completely fine. Asking for a specific loved one just kind of speeds the process up, especially since we're on live here. I try to do them as quick as I can. Again, I'm a talker, but I try to do them as quick as I can. I do only have limited time. It's just however long I can get my son to not hear that I'm in this room. And also my husband does work night shift. We're on opposite schedules. So I do have to, you know, eat dinner, let him go to work kind of a thing. So I do have a time limit. Now, privates, I don't have a time limit because I do those on the weekend mostly. They're just easiest for me with my schedule. But if you can't decide on a person, that's totally fine. It just might shorten your read a little bit because we're trying to decipher like who it is that's coming through. Hello, Blue. Hello, everyone else coming in. Again, I will do another read in a few minutes, just answering some questions while I cool down from last reading. We actually had a great reading already. I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I love doing this because of you guys. Hey, Allie, how are you? I love doing this because I love the reactions of you guys. Like, I love being able to do that for you. Like, that's solely, you know, what brings me joy when it comes to readings is, you know, how you guys feel. Also, if you ever get readings from me, please, 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 please post some feedback on my feedback page. I do enjoy seeing what you guys thought about the reading. Even if you don't want to do feedback to where everyone can see it, just email me or message me and just tell me how it went, what I can improve on, anything, you know. But some people are asking if this is spirit-led. So spirit-led to me is when you just kind of start talking about a spirit and then everyone kind of sees who it's meant for. I don't do that only because that really takes a lot of time deciphering on who it is that belongs to it. There's a lot of postcards. People get confused. Some people are like, I could take it this much. That just takes too much time for me. I kind of ask you guys to send your comments on the loved one that you want to talk to. Just the relationship, no details, because again, maybe the details will come in the reading and that'll be validating for you. But I will kind of just go through who I'm drawn to. A lot of times your name will just repeat in my head as I keep seeing comments, and that means that Spirit's directing me towards you. So that's just how I do it. I've seen a few other mediums that do that as well. I've never tried Spirit-led, only because it just takes too long. Maybe I'll try it one day, but it just takes a little too long for me. But all right, guys, so go ahead and put the relationships, if you haven't already been doing so, of someone that you may want to speak to. Again, message me if you guys really want a reading and I don't get through to you. Again, I'm really reasonable when it comes to like flexibility of everything. You know, I'm not a person that's going to be like, oh, I'm dead set on this price. I only started charging because I did start taking a lot of bit of my time on the weekends. And sometimes I've had to schedule during the week when I'm working. But I'm pretty flexible, you know, on when, and we'll work with your schedule and try to figure it out. Whether you know me or not, reach out to me and we will get a reading done. Eric, are you still here, hon? Okay, great. And you must speak to Mom. Okay. All right, let's see. All right. All right, Erica, give me a second. I'm going to kind of be a little quiet for a second as I try to pull some evidence and try to connect with Mom. After I've given the evidence, if you haven't seen so before, I'll try to get Mom to come through. There's two other things that can happen. Either A, another loved one comes through instead of Mom because they want to speak to you, or someone else on this live's loved one is coming through. That's happened one time. And what I did to fix that was I just gave them a private reading because they were supposed to get a reading and I felt bad. Again, that hasn't happened since. That was in the very beginning of my journey. But I do just say it as like kind of like it can happen, anything can happen kind of a thing. Again, I am just the messenger. Spirits are the ones who are doing all the work here. So I'm going to sit in silence. I'm going to try and connect with Mom, and then I will start spitting out some evidence, and you let me know if it's with Mom or okay. Does that sound good to you? Just let me know you're still here. Okay, perfect. have to drag this puzzle piece to stay on the live. There we go. Okay, I do have some stuff, but it's a little scatterbrained, so I'm a little nervous if I have only one spirit here, but I guess we'll see, right? Okay, so before I even go into this, as I was talking to you about the spiel, before I even asked your mother to step forward, I did get two things. I don't know if they resonate with you or someone else in this chat. I'm just going to put it out there because even if I got something like earlier this morning, I always say it on my live anyway, just in case it resonates with someone. I got a bowl of some sort, and like, I don't even know, this is going to sound horrible to football lovers. I know absolutely nothing when it comes to football. Is that a field goal that looks like the fork missing the middle of the fork with football? That came through as well. But that was when I was just talking to you guys and I wasn't even trying to connect with you, Erica. So I'm just laying that out. The stuff I got after I asked for your mom to come through, I got a Christmas tree. So I don't know if Christmas was like some importance. It was pretty cool seeing like a tree coming up. I did get other holidays too, sort of. I saw, I don't know if there was some sort of importance when it comes to vacation, like, kind of, yeah, goalpost, yes, Fierce Ember, please don't judge. Vacation, kind of like beach or like beach house or some type of like tropical type of house, just like showing me like a vacation in general. I did get the letter E. I did get stars as some significance as well. But that also kind of got paired with like possibly like witchy vibe, like Halloween kind of a thing. I also got plants, but plants, I was kind of thinking about plants, so I'm just putting that out there. But I also did feel some type of back issues, some back pain, back tenderness at all. But holidays of importance. I don't know if I mentioned this. I did get the letter E. But your name is Erica, so that's dumb for me to even write that. And then the last thing I got was just kind of holidays in general and like a boat. She loved her plants, okay. Yeah, I wrote plants pretty big on here. Anything else resonated with you besides the plants part? I know definitely the tree came through pretty strong. So I don't know if she had a strong connection with Christmas or is someone's birthday or passing around Christmas, something with the Christmas tree. But I feel like for her it was about joy about Christmas. So I feel as though like maybe strong with like holidays or made holidays special kind of a thing. Tree. tree and holidays. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what it was. It was holidays, tree, and I put it all together. Holidays, tree, and maybe even like Halloween. It's just something with like holidays. She kind of came through to where she kind of seemed as though it was iffy. It seems like she's like had like a big personality, to where it was more on along the lines of like very I don't know if she was just like a strong personality with you or with others, but it just seems like she had like, you know, like you knew where she was in a room kind of a thing. I feel as though she had like really importance when it came to certain things. I feel like traditions were important to her, family was important. She's kind of coming through to where she didn't really have like really a shy side. Except for like, I can only, if I had to pinpoint anything that was shy about her, it was like kind of like speaking on a stage kind of a thing, she would get like shy. But otherwise, I feel like she was pretty bubbly. I feel like she not only, she's kind of giving me the sense that like, I feel like she's a lot of different things. Because she's kind of coming through as though she's got a lot of different things going on. But like she had like a strict side to her, but then at other times she also seemed like she was kind of like the friend kind of a mom, to where like you can talk to her as like a friend and she can, you know, relate to you and give you advice and that kind of a thing. But she did seem like she did have a strict side, to where like she kind of just upholded that you be respectful. I feel like that was a big thing for her. Kind of teaching you like respect, you know, kind of some sort of like modesty and like how you present yourself. I feel as though she cared about looks. So I feel as though she did like she kind of had this sense of like, you look how you want to present yourself to people. So I feel like she maybe at home might have bummed it out, but I feel like there was many, like maybe only a few times to where like she would actually bum it out in like public. She kind of just shows me like she was very, she may not have, how do I explain this? Because it's total opposite of me. I go out in sweatpants all the time. I care about how I look, but like if I'm comfortable, that's what I'm gonna go with. It kind of just seems more so that like she was like, you know, you have to dress to impress kind of a thing. But I feel as though she had a big, I think she had a lot of, she put a lot on you, to where she had a lot of expectations. Would this make sense for her? I feel like she means well, but I just feel like she had a lot of expectations on like what she wanted her family to look like, what she wanted her daughter to, you know, look like. And I don't even think it was for the public eye. I think it was more so for her. She learned on me, or leaned on you. I'm not sure exactly what that meant, honey. Did she also have a really loud laugh? Like a loud, like belly laugh, like a loud laugh. Did you also have like some type of rebellious side? Like I feel like for 9 times out of 10, like I feel like you kind of listened to what she says, but I feel like there was a part of you that wanted to like kind of not rebel, like a rebellion kind of a thing, but I feel as though there was like certain things that, you know, she wouldn't have approved of, but you like kind of wanted to do. But like I feel as though you weren't like a goody two shoes, but I feel like you also leaned on your mother's opinion. Okay. She's kind of saying if you ever felt like she was like insufferable, I don't know if that is the word I'm trying to say, but if she ever made you feel that way, it wasn't her intentions. I feel as though she was a very high-strung person. And I think she's kind of saying like it's kind of like a selfish thing about her, to where she didn't look at like how other people around her felt. She just had so many things she had, like someone had to uphold on her. So it was like she gave people expectations and they had to uphold them, and she didn't really realize exactly how they felt about it. It was more so like, well, I'm the mom, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what this person's supposed to be, this is what our family's supposed to look like, and then that was it. And she didn't really realize like kind of what damage she could also be doing at the same time, and like how you might be feeling about it. Like if you wanted to be expressive with what you wanted to wear or do, or like I feel as though you were also someone that like when it came to grades as well, like in how you did in school, I feel like she was a little strict in that sense. Very high expectations. But I think it's also because she wanted the best for you though. And she may not have been able to show that at the time, but she really just wanted the best from you. She wanted to kind of, I feel like there's this in her mindset to where like she wanted you to be who she wanted to be, and she never got to be, if that makes sense. Like she wanted things to be different for you, to be better for you than it was for her, or like kind of like, you know, give her picture perfect life, and she wanted, you know, to do that for you, but she didn't realize how pushy she was being. And I feel like that has affected you in today's world with certain things as well. I feel like you also got a bit of burnout. She's talking about burnout, so I don't know if that comes to academically or if that's just in life in general, but I feel like there's like a burnout, and I feel like and I feel as though it's because she's kind of talking about like there was a point in time to where you didn't know if you were doing things for you or doing things for her, if that makes sense. And you kind of had like this epiphany, like, is this what I wanted to do, or is this what mom wanted me to do? Does that make sense for you as well, Erica? Oh, thank you, Tay. Eric, oh, yeah, it was Erica. Okay. So I can understand where the burnout came from. Okay. I hate to get too personal in here, but did she get mean at a point towards the end of her life? I feel as though she's kind of showing that, not mean, but I feel like she started getting verbal. I feel like she was so angry and upset in general, and she kind of started taking it out on the people around her. And I feel like this was very tough for you. But she loved you so much. She wants to apologize if she made you feel that way, because she loved you so much. It wasn't you, it was her. Like, I hate that phrase, but yeah, she's sorry for doing that. She was redirecting her own feelings towards you. And I feel like a lot of it also had to do with what she had going on. But she is apologizing for being so mean towards the end. I feel like this also put a strain on your relationships as well. Because I feel like she's kind of giving me the sense that you were, especially when it came to your mother, you were a people pleaser. You were always wanting your mother's approval. You always wanted your mother's love and attention and that sort of a thing. So it feels as though you always felt like you weren't good enough, because she was always pushing you. Just realize on the other side, it's not that they change as a person. They're still the same person on the other side. But as spirits have told me, is that when they get to the other side, they get a full 4K view replay of their entire life. And it's more so along the lines they get to see how their actions, their words, everything that they have done has affected other people. So they get to see other people's point of views of their lives. So like you and I, we sit there and we look back on our lives and we have our point of view. When they cross over to the other side, they get everyone else's point of view. And a lot of times when they have wronged someone, or if they've done something that hurt you, or, you know, on the emotional side and, you know, kind of scarred you, or like something that, you know, still haunts you kind of a thing, they get to see that, and she wants to apologize for that. When someone is getting closer to their time, they get a lot of emotions. I feel like a lot of her emotions were actually stemmed out of fear. Whereas then I don't think she was mean to you because she didn't love you or she didn't appreciate what you were doing for her. It was more along the lines of she was projecting her feelings onto you. I feel as though she also started getting physical as well. If you hear my son, yes, it is my son. He's in the other room. Hi, Braylee. I'm actually speaking to Erica right now. That's what my son, she was. Okay, yeah. Again, she wants to apologize for that. She's also, is there something with the throat as well? Sometimes this can mean someone was hospitalized with tube, or this could just mean that in general, like they were like often like dehydrated and needed like water or something. But I just definitely feel like I have something in my throat. Okay, yeah, I'm having trouble breathing, and it's very dry, so I'm assuming she got like oxygen. A lot of oxygen usually does this too. It's where it like completely dries me out. It's like a tickle in my throat, and I'm trying not to cough on live because I don't need no off guards. Okay. I also feel as though was she a I feel as though she may have had a big crowd of people that were in her life earlier on, and I feel like slowly over time she started losing people because of who she was. Again, because I feel like she has such a big personality. I feel like there's a lot of positives. I feel like she's bringing up a lot of negatives right now because this reading is solely to heal you and to apologize for things. I definitely think that there is definitely positive things. I don't think she was always mean, bad, that kind of a thing. I do think she was a very powerful person, but I do feel like not only you, but other people also kind of let her go at a point because she became too much, if that makes sense. She's also bringing up a tree. So, yeah. She's also bringing up a tree. So, I don't know if that has some significance to your family tree. She did the Christmas tree earlier. So, but this time it was like a family tree kind of a thing. So, I don't know if she wants to talk about family now. Maybe family's the one who kind of started parting ways from her. Or they started feuding in a sense. Was there a little bit of drama going on in the family as well? I feel like there's a lot of drama surrounding this. And I feel like the drama even led out till she passed. And I feel like the funeral, in some sense, had some tension because of this. Would that make sense? Oh, I don't know what the yes was for. Just let me know if that makes sense for the family drama kind of thing. Like, something that made things tense as well. Okay, Yeah, so she's talking about the drama here. I feel as though this is still unresolved. And I don't know if it's going to be resolved. She's kind of making it feel like, there's a lot of stubbornness. I feel like your aunt also, she also have problems with your mom as well. So it's like surprising that like I feel like you're, she's kind of talking to me about someone who, wasn't even there for her the way they should be. So I don't know if aunt didn't even, you know, it, like, it's kind of like she was undeserving of it. And I feel like that's a lot of anger towards that. Okay, yeah, I understand the throat thing. You can take that away from me, please. I'm gonna just spray my eye. You're like, yeah, she's telling me how she was very undeserving of that. And I feel as though, I don't think this is gonna get resolved. She's not making it feel like it's gonna get resolved. I feel like she's a very stubborn person. I feel as though it's just gonna have to be something to let go. I feel like you have let go on this. I feel like you already know that she's stubborn and it's not gonna give, so you don't want to put any more energy towards that. But she is kind of, you know, apologizing for her. And she's apologizing for like how many things you've had to really deal with. It feels as though she's talking about how like you deserved better. Do you have a relationship with someone that you kind of see as like a mom figure right now, or maybe someone on a partner's side of the family or something? She's kind of showing me that there's someone around you that's more motherly. Would this make sense for anyone in your life? She's also talking about how appreciative she is of someone who is like kind of taking care of you in the way that you should be taken care of. I don't know also if she had like skin issues or skin, something skin wise. I don't know if it's just me feeling that way, but she had dry skin. Yeah, she's making my skin feel like it's on fire right now. Just this arm. So I don't know if upper arm is like this for her as well. Okay, and the yeah was someone who's like kind of motherly in your life right now. She wants to thank them for kind of giving you the love that you need. I feel as though, I know you say you forgave her, but I think there's still a part of you. She's kind of showing me this. She's showing me that you became a mother yourself, and like you becoming a mother kind of made you a little more sad about how you grew up, because you see how you wish your mother was with you. I feel as though you're the total opposite with your children, and I think it's because of how you grew up. But then not only are you happy that you were the opposite with them as she was with you, I feel as though you yourself get upset because you wish things were like different. Something with motherhood and yes, okay. But again, I feel like things weren't always bad. I think again she's talking about a lot of the negatives because it's just her way of trying to heal that part of you, because I feel like readings are supposed to be healing. Okay. Yeah. Do you still have some of her things? I feel as though she like kind of says like, I know you didn't get the money, you got something of some of her things and you're not sure what to do with, or I mean, you took care of her, so I feel like you just still have her belongings. Yes, okay. Was she also into like flowers, specifically possibly roses as well? Fireplace, okay. Because she's kind of showing me like a doodle of like a rose in a sense, to where it's kind of like a cartoon drawing of like a rose, like a rolled up rose. That makes sense, as rose. Okay, so she wanted to bring up rose, kind of just to give you another piece of evidence and validation that, you know, it's her speaking to you. Also, she showed me a chair, so I don't know if there was a specific spot. I don't know if it's a chair or better, a specific spot. It's kind of more so like a chair, recliner chair, or some type of chair that like was like her spot. She's bringing up that as well, and I think she's just kind of showing me, like, she's trying to show you your love for, you know, taking care of her. Yes, okay, yeah, so she's showing me all of that stuff, just her, again, validating and just wanted you to know that, like, she appreciated everything you did leading up to her passing. She's very, you know, grateful for everything that you have done for her. She's grateful for how you took care of her, even when she wasn't the easiest to take care of. Also, there's something about pictures that she wanted to mention too. I don't know if you were going through pictures recently, have pictures, or something about pictures she was bringing up. But just know that she loves watching you every day. She loves watching the things that you're surrounded with. She wants you to know that she's still around. So she's telling you what you know, what you have, and she's trying to show her presence with you now. Like, she may be on the other side, but she's still around. And she's still watching what you do. She's still experiencing everything with you. She's just on the other side now. I don't know if there's any significance with the number 8. Yeah, pick of her. The number 8, this could be the 8th of a month. This could be an age. This could be the month of August. Sometimes people saw the 8 as like an infinity 8, but she was bringing up the number 8. Let me write that down. It could be an age, it could be years, it could be many different things. If it doesn't resonate with you, keep it, just in case you might think of it later. I will circle it too. Kind of like a magic 8 ball. That's what it looks like now. She's also showing me the letter B as well. So I don't know if the B has some significance. I will circle that as well. Again, I don't expect everyone to figure out what the letters and the numbers are, but I will write that down. Again, remind me if I don't send this to you. I will send you a picture of, you know, some of the notes. Her daughter Becky, okay. I will send you a picture of the notes. If I forget, send me a message and I will send it to you as well. I don't know what she's saying right now, though. Give me 1 second. This is a little confusing. Is Becky going through something right now? I will ask her next, Erica. You said the name is Becky, right? Okay. I don't know what she's going through, but I also feel as though there might be a health aspect as well. That she needs to take care of herself. Usually when they tell me that, it just means that she either A, might really not be taking care of herself, or B, there might be something that she needs to start taking care of better. feel like she also has just mentally and socially, she's just got like a lot going on right now. Also, are your kids feral? Because every time I keep asking her about the kids, she just keeps talking about them running around. Like, they never stop running. They're always running around. So I don't know if that's symbolic for, like, crazy. Which I get because my son is. Becky's just like, Mom. Okay, yeah. So, I feel like, I don't know if you have the closest relationship with her. It doesn't seem as though it is that way, but I do feel as though Becky needs a little more guidance. I think she's not heading down a good path right now. I also feel as though you need to also give yourself some distance, though. No, we don't. I figured as much. I feel like it's okay to give yourself distance. You kind of just don't want to put yourself there again, if that makes sense. I feel as though Becky does things that she doesn't see as being wrong. I feel like she's never wrong. She always thinks she's right. And I think on top of it, Mom is talking about how it's kind of her fault. But don't stress about that relationship. Yeah, don't stress about that relationship. I feel as though you need to be able to break free from stuff like that. I feel like you need to start doing things for you anyway. You need to start focusing on your own family. And it's time for you to stop taking care of people. You need to take care of you and your family. That's it. It's kind of like Becky's a big girl. She's going to do what she wants to do. If you want to give her guidance, give her guidance. I don't think she would listen to you anyway. But I do think health-wise, she does need to start paying attention to her body a little bit. Again, she was talking about grandkids with like running around. That's why I asked if kids kind of like were running around. Let me ask more specifically. I feel as though your oldest was a little on the older side to where they could remember Grandma a lot more than your youngest. Again, that doesn't mean that you only have two, but she's kind of showing me that like the oldest remember, the youngest doesn't. I feel as though the oldest kind of remembers the meanness a little bit. But I feel like she still like loved them so much, and I feel as though they did have a positive relationship with her. Is she 19? Only 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you have an old. And I feel as though there is a bit of an age gap with your kids. I do feel like it's difficult because although she may have had a positive relationship with them, again, towards the end with her being mean, they don't forget that kind of stuff. And told me, yes, they did. Okay. But I feel as though your youngest didn't really get that much time with her. At least the age wasn't that old enough really to like have a lot of time, because I feel as though your youngest kind of got a lot of the negative side of her because it was towards the end when, you know, she was, you know, not doing so well health-wise. So I'm just going to say, I keep seeing mushroom. I don't know if mushroom has any significance, but sometimes that shows like a crafty side of someone. So I don't know if she's also trying to say that your kids have like a crafty side to them. I feel like this would be leaning towards your oldest. Like a free spirit. Next is Steph, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, she's kind of showing me that, like, again, I think you definitely raised your daughter differently. Yeah, the kids forgave her. I understand, yeah. I feel as though you raised your daughter differently than how you were raised. I feel like you kind of let her be the creative self. I feel as though you let her be free, and I think that your mom really respects you for that. And she kind of enjoys seeing that too. It's kind of like a thing, like, she's kind of saying, like, a mother's biggest fear is that you failed your kids. A mother's biggest fear is that you harmed your kids. It's that you did something wrong and you failed your kids. And she's kind of saying, like, no matter how much she feels like she wishes she could have done better as a mother, she knows a positive part is that she didn't fail, because what makes you as a mother is the reason why she didn't fail. Because you were a good mother, she couldn't have failed, if that makes sense. More so along the lines to where she can't sit there and, you know, make excuses for how she was with you growing up, especially, you know, in your older years as well, because I feel like that's when it really got rough. I feel as though she has some type of healing to her that, like, watching you be a mother and how you raise your kids kind of shows that, like, she did something right. She may not have done everything right, but she did do something right. And she enjoys watching them as they grow older. And I feel as though she's kind of sitting there telling you that you need to start doing things for yourself, because you need to get a little more independence from being a mother. Like, she's kind of reminding you, you know, you don't have to take care of everyone, and your kids are getting older in the sense to where you can start doing some things for you, doing some self-care for you, and you're going to get to the point to where you're not going to have to take care of people. Like, because I feel as though all you've been doing up to this point is taking care of people, taking care of your kids, taking care of your mom, feeling like you need to take care of the family and keep the family together. And then the family's got the drama, and then your aunt pulls that ish, you know what I mean? So I feel as though she is excited for what you can do for yourself as your kids get older. I do feel as though also, does your son have like a sporty side to him as well? Can't remember if you already said that yes, or if yes is to your son being on the sporty side. But I feel as though she's talking about your son being on like a sporty side. She's also mentioning like a hat, so I don't know if he wears a hat. Like a cap, hat, but she was showing me a hat, or hats, but she has a lot of love for your kids. She has a lot of love. I think she loves like their different personalities. I feel like they are true to themselves, and I feel like it's because of how you raise them. Okay, maybe she's just talking about sports in general, but I feel as though again, I think the greatest joy for her is baseball. Okay. The greatest joy for her is, again, watching your family grow and kind of seeing the product of a product, if that makes sense. Like, you're her product, and then your kid's product. So I think that's been great. And I feel as though it turned a whole new leaf for her once she was out of that body. I feel as though when she was out of that body, she was able to be her free, you know, big personality self. And I feel like she really felt trapped in the end, and most do in the end, because let's be honest, we're the same person for a long time, and then yes, no more pain. Exactly. They're free on the other side, and again, they're free on top of, they also get to be awesome and like get to see everything around them, no longer having to call or see someone in person. They get a front row seat to like their family and their loved ones. And that's why, you know, how I say, like, they get the positivity on the other side. They start seeing the point of views of everyone. And again, it literally is like beyond. It is the other side. It is beyond. And I hope that finds some healing in you, that she is on the other side. You know, she's cheering you on. And I'm very grateful that you allowed me to connect with her. I also think she's talking about how like emotional you can get sometimes too. Because you only wish that things were different towards the end. And I think she's also sorry that that was your last memories with her. But she's, you know, she's just saying like, just know that like she's not gone, she's here. And I really hope that, no, of course. Yeah, I hope this was a good reading for you. And thank you for allowing me to connect with your loved one. Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. And again, guys, that just goes to show that, like, you never know what's going to be in a reading. They're all different. Everyone's different. Everyone has different lives. They have different relationships. But in the end, we're all the same. And that's something I have peace knowing, is that in the end we're all the same. You know, we get to see everything. We get to see the bigger picture, which is amazing. But thank you so much. I'm going to leave her love and light with you, Erica. Again, I will send this picture to you of my writing. If I forget, please remind me. Thank you guys so much for all the likes, the follows, the gifts. Again, the biggest thing that you can do is follow, so then you guys can join in all my lives. I try to be consistent with doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of a thing. Today's a Tuesday. It happens. I'm a full-time working mom. I kind of hop on as often as I can. That was like my biggest New Year's resolution, is that I'm going to try and go on live is more than, you know, before. But I'm also the same type of mom that I don't put myself first. So I usually find excuses as to why not to take time for myself. But my husband's trying to beat me right now with like, do this for you, do this, you need time for yourself. So I'm gonna listen. He's getting older now. I'm gonna listen. So if you haven't already, guys, go ahead and follow for the next time I go on TikTok. I usually, like I did today and the last couple times, write a post kind of giving you a heads up as to when I'll be on. Again, if you want a reading, please just feel free to DM me. I swear I won't bite. We can have a conversation about it. Again, I don't have much time on lives to give readings out. Send me a DM. Go on my email. Again, it's the same handle as my TikTok. So thank you so much, guys. I am going to head out and go relieve my husband. And I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you so much.